It's disgusting what's going on with her. You guys need to put a stop to this because it is going too far. She was out there hacking again versus Phoenix today. And not only was she out there hacking and doing all of that stuff, let's look at her trying to interrupt the Phoenix Mercury's huddle and start a fight with Satou Sabally and Mercury players. Let's look at this nonsense. You guys need to put a stop to this. Y'all need to put a stop.
Dijonai Carrington waited until the game ended to try and turn Satou Sabally into her personal punching bag because clearly 4 quarters just weren't enough. And Kathy Angelbert, she's out here acting like she's running a yoga retreat. Instead of professional league, someone get this woman a whistle and a fire extinguisher. This isn't just WNBA beef. It's a full-blown spicy showdown. And you won't believe what went down. Grab your popcorn, this one's.
There's some serious drama going down here after this ball game ended. Well, I'm surprised security...
Now you see her go approach her? You see her go approach her? You see her go approach her from behind? And that look, her teammates are having to pull her back and all of that. Bruh, you lost. Y'all got smacked. Y'all have won one game. Take your sorry asses to the locker room. Take y'all sorry asses to the locker room. Y'all won one game all year. Shout out to Paige. You had a hell of a performance today. Y'all stink. Don't interrupt the other team huddle. Take y'all trash team to the locker room, bro.
Oh, it gets wilder because the real question here is how is this still happening? How are we in the year 2025 watching paid professional athletes throw WWE tantrums like at a middle school hallway brawl, and somehow Kathy Engelbert is just out here sipping chamomile tea like everything's fine, ma'am. Are you running a league or hosting an anger management support group with a scoreboard?
Are we doing? Seriously, what are we doing this season? What happened to you in the offseason? Who hurt you, Dijonai? Ever since the season tipped off, you have been a one-person wrecking ball, wrecking havoc on the floor, wrecking havoc after the game, approaching officials, eye-raking Jessica Shepard. Another week, another day of dirtbag Dijonai Carrington. A game where Paige Bueckers had her best game as a pro. Paige
Bueckers had her best game as a pro, Paige. Let's talk about DJ Carrington for a second, because we reach a new level of unbothered chaos. This woman isn't just throwing elbows in the paint. She's out here delivering full karate chops mid-broadcast like she trained the Shaolin Temple blink too fast. And you might miss the moment she went full Bruce Lee on a layup attempt. It's as if every post-game handshake is secretly an audition for Cobra Kai WNBA edition.
Stuff in drama yet again in another basketball game. And this time it's with a top-notch player, man. Her and Satou Sabally had a powerful exchange after this game. And you already know, Phoenix put the beast on Dallas. Dallas, one of the worst teams in the league. This should come as no surprise, bro. But one thing I can tell you is Dijonai Carrington behavior is starting to look a little spooky, bro. At this point, bro, something has to be done.
And then there's the hair pulling. Yes, you heard that right. We've got WNBA players snatching each other's extensions like it's the final round of a Real Housewives reunion. How do we go from fast breaks and fadeaways to full-on follicle warfare? Someone calls a league office, not just for fines, for hazard pay at this point for getting mouth guards. These ladies need helmets and insurance waiver.
And Satou Sabally, low-key was going at it the entire game. Okay, they both they were doing pretty good guarding and defending each other. Like, it was starting to get heated up again. They're very competitive women. Okay, Satou Sabally stands at 6'4". Dijonai Carrington is at 5'11". The truth is, though, low key, they kind of have been going at it, so to speak, for some years now. I remember I saw a clip back in from 2023. Just YouTube it here, guys. It's on YouTube here for free. Just type in Dijonai Carrington, Satou Sabally 2023. They got into it, they kind of clashed, and then Dijonai Carrington had said something to her out of bounds. She did something to her. She got fined $200, and then they was on Twitter talking about it. And Dijonai Carrington had added Satou Sabally. She was like, "Come on, Satou, it ain't even gotta be like this." And Satou Sabally was like, "Girl, whatever." Again, Satou Sabally, okay, has been she's slick at the mouth. Okay, her and Dijonai Carrington, they act like they ain't got no media training. They act like they ain't got no home training.
Here's the real kicker. DJ Carrington is no random wrecking ball. She's a selective bully. She doesn't throw down with just anyone. Oh no, this isn't chaos. Without calculation, DJ picks her victims like she's drafting her fantasy fight club. She only comes for players she's confident she can steamroll. Try pulling that nonsense on someone like A.A. Wilson or Brittany Gurrier, and see how fast you get folded like a beach chair. But DJ, she's out, here squaring up with rookies and anyone under 6 feet like it's an afternoon hobby. It's giving playground energy. She's a kid who slaps your lunch tray off the table, but only if she's sure you won't hit back classic bully behavior bravado with a safety net. And you know what, that's the part that stings the most. She knows exactly what she's doing. This isn't heat of the moment passion. It's premeditated mayhem with a spritz of ego and a side of poor judgment. And whereas Kathy Engelbert threw all of this in the boardroom, somewhere drafting a very soft, very vague statement about sportsmanship and high standards while the league morphs into a full compact soap opera. Kathy, you don't need a PR team. You need a referee crew with riot shields, because what's happening on that court isn't passion. It's borderline battery.
Here, bro. Get her out of here, man. Get her out of here. Why is she even up there? Get her out of here. Dijonai Carrington, you have done enough. WNBA, are you going to step in? You remember the last time I said, since the refs won't handle her doing all these flagrants, somebody going to have to step up and fight. Now we're after the game and she's approaching someone to fight. She's approaching someone hostile. You're like, you too hostile. You just got popped. Y'all have lost 10 games. You have won 1 game. Get your ass to the locker room.
Let's just imagine the scene for a second. The final buzzer goes off. Everyone's tired, sweaty, maybe a little annoyed, but instead of dapping up and heading to the locker room like functioning adults, DJ Carrington decides it's time for a surprise episode of Mortal Kombat. Satou Sabally still trying to tie her shoelaces, and DJ's already assuming a ninja stance, possibly humming her own entrance music. It's madness, the crowd's confused. Security's asleep, and Kathy's still nowhere to be found, probably downloading a mindfulness app. Meanwhile, DJ is turning the WNBA into the Wild West, one shove at a time. Let's be clear, this isn't competitiveness gone too far. It's unchecked aggression with a whistle nearby. And every time the league fails to respond with real consequences, it sends a message, hey, go ahead and Boda slam someone. If you're having a bad shooting night, we'll just fine you $250 and post a cute B. Better tweet. Where the suspension's the accountability, the leadership DJ Carrington is. Pulling off an entire fight card in slow motion, and nobody's pressing pause. She's a Tasmanian devil in braids, wreaking havoc, while the league's top exec is somewhere reorganizing color-coded spreadsheets.
What else happened last night? Dijonai Carrington said, oh, what? Paige Beckers is going to get all this shine after her amazing game? Paige Beckers is going to get all this publicity after this amazing game? How do I take the spotlight off my teammate, act like a child, and have everybody's eyes on me? Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to approach Satou Sabally. As the Phoenix Mercury are over here huddling, Satou Sabally gets into it with one of the Wings teammates. They're over here. Yeah, you see? Yeah, Satou Sabally jawing at Dijonai. And that's Dijonai. That's dirtbag Dijonai, by the way, with that thigh tattoo, as you see over here.
Kathy Engelbert's got all the authority of a substitute teacher in a classroom full of feral middle schoolers. Everyone's just doing what they want while she helplessly writes names on a clipboard no one's ever going to read. And don't even try to tell us that's just passion. Is diving for loose balls passion. Is playing through a sprained ankle passion. Is not drop-kicking your opponent's kneecap. And then pretending it was incidental contact. DJ Carrington out here pulling hair like she's styling mannequins blindfolded. There's nothing passionate about going full UFC during post-game pleasantries. But again, it's who she targets that really exposes a game. DJ never pops off at the league veterans who got reach strength. Well, let's be honest, the receipts, you'll never see her trying that nonsense with a Candace Parker team on she's not storming toward the 6 feet 4 inches. All-stars know she waits for the ones who are too stunned, too polite, or too green to swing back. It's not just violence, it's strategic violence, like a villain with a scouting report. And the fans, oh, they're eating it up. Because let's face it, the drama is compelling. There's something disturbingly entertaining about watching someone try to double dutch their way between a handshake line and a street fight.
How did security let that go on for so long? How does WNBA security not usher them off of the floor? How are y'all allowing them to stay on the floor that long when you see it's becoming hostile? Especially with her reputation. Y'all supposed to get them off the floor. Get them off the floor. You don't see the other team. When Minnesota plays at home, right? When Minnesota plays at home and after the game, they do their dance, step thing, whatever it is they do. You don't see the other team out there. No, the other team beat it. They just smacked y'all. Skate, get out of here. Skedaddles, have a safe flight home. You don't see the other team out there when the minutes like, come on. Y'all lost. Y'all been losing. WNBA, y'all.
But if Kathy Engelberg doesn't get a grip soon, the WNBA is not going to be known for elite talent and growing influence. It's going to be known as a league where you might catch a right hook before you catch your breath. It's time to stop handing out polite warnings and start handing out actual repercussions. Because if Dijonai Carrington turns another post-game moment into her own personal fight club and the league does nothing again, we're going to have to start assuming Kathy Engelberg's. Running this thing from an underwater bunker with no Wi-Fi punishment isn't optional anymore. It's survival. The WNBA can't afford to become a parody of itself where every tense matchup ends with someone on the floor and someone else going viral for all the wrong reason. DJ. She can't keep walking away like she's a main character in a Tell Nala storming off dramatically after setting the building on fire. We need order. We need leadership. And most of all, we need Kathy to wake up and start acting like the commissioner of a professional sports league and not the director of a chaotic summer camp. Because the only thing more ridiculous than Dijonai Carrington's antics is that no one's stopping her. And what's even more baffling in this bizarre WNBA drama fest, Skylar Diggins-Smith didn't even stand up to Dijonai Carrington.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a conversation that could also be important for the next CBA. You know, Kathy added a lot of games, and us as players, recovery is so important. We put our bodies on the line every single time. We had 9 games in 18 days. That's not really responsible for a commissioner. I think other teams have like 3 back-to-back. So it's just a lot of things that we could clean up in terms of scheduling. But we've persevered, and we show that we can do it. It's just something that obviously along the way over the course of a long season, that's really hard to do.
Skylar, the same Skylar, who struts around like she invented toughness, who swaggers up and down the court like she's a final boss in a video game. She just let DJ run wild like a toddler off their leash, not even not even a dramatic clapback. This was practically an airplane mode for someone who talks the talk. She sure turned into a ghost the minute things got spicy. This is the same Skylar, who never misses a chance to flex her attitude, whose highlight reels come with their own soundtrack of sass and smirks. But when DJ started spinning up her Tasmanian tornado, routine Skylar looked the other way like she just remembered she left her curling iron on where was all that alpha energy when the league needed anyone to pump the brakes on this chaos. Instead, everyone just let it happen. DJ went full Mortal Kombat again, and the veterans sit around like background dancers in her villain origin story. It's like no one wants to be the adult in the room, and now you've got this ripple effect, this chain reaction of unchecked aggression that's turning WNBA games into gladiator arenas with occasional free throws. Because let's be real here, these women are hellbent on destroying their own League One foul-mouthed elbow-throwing moment. At a time, this isn't passion, it's sabotage. This is what it looks like when athletes confuse competitive with combustible, when they think chaos is branding, when they believe that they're not trending. For drama, they're not relevant.
The WNBA needs to step in and solve this nonsense, man. Y'all are allowing this girl to run around like a menace. And like I said, Satou, we all know Satou kind of soft. It is what it is. Like Satou ain't with all that. She know who to pick and choose to play these games with. She wouldn't have, you see Alyssa Thomas was stopping it. She wouldn't have did that wolfing she was doing with Satou. She would never do that with Alyssa Thomas, who was there. She wouldn't do that. She wouldn't do that at all. At all. At all. Y'all got popped by 13 points. You guys are 1-10.
And guess what? It's working. They're trending, just not for the reasons anyone wants the WBA to trend. Instead of being known for their skill, talent, and rising visibility, we're watching the league become a blooper reel of sideline scuffles and post-game meltdowns. If this continues, ESPN might as well air WNBA highlights right after a Real Housewives of Atlanta marathon for seamless genre transition. She brought in new fans, mainstream coverage, and actual buzz she made casual sports watchers care for. The first time in a long time people outside the core audience were talking about women's basketball like it mattered. And what do some of these players do with that momentum? They decide now's the time to start treating games like they're auditioning for Survivor Elbow Island.